The phrase "you can't defeat me" embodies a powerful motivational theme, inspiring individuals to push beyond their limits and embrace resilience in the face of adversity. It serves as a personal mantra for overcoming obstacles, reinforcing the belief that challenges, no matter how daunting, can be overcome with determination and perseverance. The motivational force behind this phrase lies in its ability to shift focus away from fear of failure and towards the conviction that success is achievable, even in the most difficult circumstances. At its core, this statement taps into the human spirit's innate desire to triumph, encouraging individuals to maintain faith in their abilities regardless of the setbacks they face. Life is filled with challenges, whether personal, professional, or emotional, and many times the greatest battles are not fought in the external world, but within ourselves. "You can't defeat me" serves as a reminder to keep going, to push forward even when things seem impossible. It's a declaration of inner strength, suggesting that true defeat only occurs when one gives up. And as long as the individual remains determined, victory is always within reach. This motivational message applies to a wide variety of contexts. In sports, athletes often adopt a mindset of unbreakable will, refusing to concede even when the odds are stacked against them. The phrase embodies the tenacity required to continue pushing toward a goal despite fatigue, injury, or overwhelming competition. In professional environments, this mantra can fuel a relentless pursuit of success, driving individuals to remain focused and resilient despite business failures, economic downturns, or competitive pressures. In personal struggles, it can serve as a comforting and empowering reminder that no matter the hardship, one's inner strength can see them through. A key element of the motivational power behind "You Can't Defeat Me" is that it focuses on the individual's ability to control their own fate. It removes the emphasis from external forces, be they opponents, circumstances, or obstacles, and places it squarely on the person's internal resolve. This shift in focus empowers people by reminding them that their success is not dictated by what happens to them, but by how they respond to it. They may face significant challenges, but with the right mindset, they can continue to press forward and achieve their goals. This is especially important during moments of self-doubt, when external factors seem overwhelming and uncontrollable. The phrase also promotes a growth mindset, which is crucial in maintaining motivation over the long term. When someone believes they can't be defeated, they are more likely to view failures as learning opportunities rather than as final judgments of their ability. This perspective allows them to remain motivated even after setbacks, because they see each obstacle as part of the process of becoming stronger, wiser, or more skilled. The phrase, therefore, not only motivates people to keep going, but also fosters a healthier attitude toward failure itself, transforming it from something to be feared into something that can be conquered. In the broader sense, "You Can't Defeat Me" reflects the universal desire for personal growth and self-improvement. It taps into the drive to become better, stronger, and more capable in every aspect of life. The phrase acts as a rallying cry for those who are struggling, reminding them that the power to succeed is already within them, waiting to be unleashed through perseverance and dedication. It also creates a sense of accountability, as it implies that success is not merely a matter of chance or circumstance, but of personal effort and resilience. In conclusion, the motivational theme encapsulated by "You Can't Defeat Me" offers a powerful message of hope and determination. It reminds people that while they may face challenges and adversities, their ability to keep going, to adapt, and to persevere is what ultimately determines their success. This message inspires not only confidence, but also action, motivating individuals to take control of their destinies and push through even the toughest obstacles with the belief that they are, indeed, undefeatable. The phrase "You Can't Defeat Me" thrives in a dramatic context where high stakes, intense conflict, and emotional intensity create a moment of confrontation. Often used in stories, movies, and games, this declaration marks a turning point in the narrative. It is typically uttered by a character who, despite facing overwhelming odds, refuses to give up, displaying an indomitable will to fight back. This dramatic moment captures the essence of the struggle between protagonist and antagonist, hero and villain, or challenger and opposition. The phrase resonates because it distills the conflict into a simple, powerful assertion of will. In these contexts, "You Can't Defeat Me" is not just a statement, it is an act of defiance. The character saying it is often in a vulnerable or disadvantaged position, where the enemy appears stronger, more numerous, or more powerful. The audience is drawn into the tension, wondering whether the person making the claim can back it up. This moment of confrontation is often infused with a sense of desperation or determination, signaling that the character is prepared to give everything they have to emerge victorious. The power of the phrase comes from the emotional intensity behind it. It speaks to a refusal to surrender, no matter the cost. This type of dramatic context is especially prevalent in action and adventure genres where physical combat or competition is central to the plot. For instance, in a climactic battle scene, a hero might face a seemingly invincible foe, someone who has bested them in every encounter up to that point. The phrase "you can't defeat me" becomes the hero's declaration that, despite the odds, they will find a way to prevail. It symbolizes a pivotal moment where the tide might turn, a last stand or a final surge of strength that leads to victory. However, the phrase can also serve a more psychological function in a dramatic context. Sometimes it is used not in the heat of battle, but in a more cerebral or emotional showdown. A character facing manipulation, betrayal, or emotional turmoil may utter these words as a way of asserting control over their mind or situation. In this way, the statement is a declaration of mental fortitude, conveying that no external forces, no matter how powerful, can break their spirit. This kind of emotional resilience becomes as important as physical strength, showing that defeat is not just about losing a battle, but about succumbing to doubt, fear, or despair. The phrase can also be wielded by antagonists, giving them an air of menace or superiority. When a villain declares "you can't defeat me," it is often to intimidate the hero or create a sense of invulnerability. In this scenario, the statement underscores the character's perceived invincibility and sets the stage for an even more dramatic showdown. The audience is left wondering how the hero can possibly overcome such an unstoppable force. Whether spoken by a hero or a villain, the phrase amplifies the drama, raising the stakes and deepening the conflict. In fantasy and science fiction, this statement takes on even greater resonance, often tied to themes of destiny, power, or immortality. Characters may claim invulnerability due to magical abilities, supernatural strength, or technological advancements, and "you can't defeat me" reflects their belief in their unique superiority. In these worlds, the phrase often signals that the conflict is not merely physical, but tied to larger themes of fate, good versus evil, or the power of belief. "You can't defeat me" often sets up a larger theme of perseverance that resonates beyond the immediate context. It reflects the universal human desire to overcome adversity, inspiring audiences to root for the character's eventual triumph. Even when the odds seem impossible, the phrase embodies the hope that resilience, courage, and determination can prevail over any obstacle. In the most dramatic moments, this message becomes a symbol of survival, empowerment, and the belief that inner strength can outlast any external force. Thus, in a dramatic context, "you can't defeat me" is much more than a mere statement of invincibility. It is a defining moment that highlights the core conflict of a narrative, elevates emotional stakes, and often leads to a profound resolution. Whether through victory or defeat, the phrase "you can't defeat me" resonates with a strong sense of confidence and power, representing an individual's unyielding belief in their capabilities and resilience. This level of confidence often stems from a deep understanding of one's strengths, experiences, or preparation, enabling a person to confront challenges head-on without fear. When someone asserts that they cannot be defeated, they are not merely boasting, they are expressing a deep-rooted sense of self-assurance. This assurance might come from past victories, a clear understanding of their skill set, or even an inner belief in their ability to endure and prevailness of the circumstances. Confidence in this context becomes a form of power. It's not just about physical or external strength, but about the mental fortitude that fuels perseverance. Someone who believes they can't be defeated is likely someone who has faced many obstacles before, learning to rise after each fall. The power here lies in the mind's ability to focus not on the possibility of failure, but on the certainty of overcoming adversity. This mindset can be infectious, affecting those around them, motivating allies, and intimidating opponents. People who embody this phrase exude an aura of strength that can inspire others or strike fear in the hearts of their adversaries. At its core, this declaration of invincibility goes beyond the superficial idea of mere victory. It often signifies resilience, the ability to keep going when others will give up. Life is filled with challenges, and defeat can come in many forms, but a person who believes they cannot be defeated understands that true power lies in persistence. Even if they are knocked down, they will stand back up. Their strength is not measured by the absence of struggle, but by their refusal to give in to it. This type of confidence draws from a wellspring of inner power where self-doubt has no place and every setback is viewed as a stepping stone rather than a roadblock. Moreover, this unwavering confidence can have a profound psychological impact on opponents. When someone declares that they cannot be defeated, they create an aura of inevitability around their success. This can be demoralizing for those who stand against them as it plants a seed of doubt. The opponent begins to question their own ability to overcome such an insurmountable force. And in that moment, the battle is partly won. Psychological power can be just as effective as physical dominance, and in many cases, the belief in one's invincibility can be enough to sway the outcome of any challenge. However, such confidence is not without its risks. Overconfidence can sometimes lead to a lack of caution or preparedness. When someone believes they are unbeatable, they may underestimate their opponent or the challenges ahead. But even then, those who truly embody the essence of "you can't defeat me" have the ability to learn from their mistakes and adapt. Their confidence is not rigid but dynamic, allowing them to grow stronger even in the face of failure. This adaptability is crucial, as it means that they are not bound by pride but by a deeper sense of self-assuredness. In sum, the phrase "you can't defeat me" encapsulates the fusion of confidence and power with an emphasis on mental strength, resilience, and the psychological edge it creates. It is not just a boastful statement, but a powerful declaration of an unbreakable spirit that refuses to bow in the face of adversity. The phrase "you can't defeat me" carries a strong challenge to any opposition, reflecting an open defiance that confronts adversaries with a clear message: no matter what efforts are made, they will not succeed in overcoming the speaker. This challenge is not just about a direct confrontation, but it signals a deeper sense of determination and readiness to engage in battle, whether literal or metaphorical. It presents the opposition with a daunting task, establishing that their efforts will be in vain. At the heart of such a statement is a sense of confrontation. It invites conflict by suggesting that the speaker is not only prepared but unshaken by the prospect of facing resistance. This type of challenge is often seen in scenarios where a clear line is drawn between adversaries, such as in sports, competitions, debates, or even life's personal battles. It implies that the opposition's best efforts, no matter how strong or calculated, will not be enough to topple the person making the declaration. This directly tests the resolve of the opponent, forcing them to rise to the occasion or risk being defeated by the sheer confidence of their challenger. In many ways, issuing a challenge like this serves as a psychological tactic. When someone openly declares their invincibility, they're not just speaking to their own internal belief system, they're targeting the mindset of their opponent. A bold challenge like "you can't defeat me" can shake the opposition's confidence. It calls into question their own capabilities and instills doubt, especially if the person issuing the challenge has a track record of success. The opposition, in turn, must grapple not only with the physical or tactical aspects of the challenge, but also the mental battle that this type of defiance sparks. For the opposition, the challenge often turns into a test of endurance and resilience. While the person issuing the challenge claims they cannot be defeated, it pushes their opponent to evaluate what it will take to actually win. This could mean rethinking strategies, increasing efforts, or even taking unconventional approaches. In a way, the phrase challenges the opposition to exceed their usual limits. As the stakes become about more than just winning, they now revolve around disproving the statement and toppling the seemingly unbeatable. There's also an element of respect built into this type of challenge, as it assumes that the opposition is worthy of a fight. To declare "you can't defeat me" is to acknowledge that there will be opposition, that someone or something is actively trying to take the speaker down. In this way, the challenge elevates the opposition to the level of a credible threat, but it simultaneously asserts that the speaker is prepared to confront and ultimately overcome this threat. The challenge is not an avoidance of conflict, but an embrace of it, showing that the speaker is willing to meet their opposition head on. Yet a challenge like this also requires the speaker to live up to their own declaration. If they issue such a strong challenge but fall short, the consequences are not just physical defeat, but a loss of credibility and reputation. Therefore, when someone says you can't defeat me, they must back that statement up with action, demonstrating through strength, strategy, or sheer willpower that they can indeed resist any attempts to bring them down. It's a test not just for the opposition, but for the speaker as well, as their bold statement becomes a measure of their own ability to stand firm under pressure. Ultimately, this phrase embodies the spirit of competition and confrontation. It represents a clear challenge to opposition, forcing both sides to confront not only each other, but the deeper realities of their own limits and strengths. It's a phrase that speaks to the heart of conflict, where defiance, determination, and belief in one's ability push the boundaries of what is possible in the face of a determined adversary.